that whole aesthetic really just like hits home with me. Like Vice City, say what you will about the, different parts of that game that make people say like, well, the mechanics of this game are kind of crappy. I guess like
I
earlier
fucking love that game.
earlier
That
GTA
was
games.
the Grand Theft Auto game for me.
Yeah,
Like that was I really really enjoyed it a lot. I probably played that one the most.
yeah. I played that one so much. Played it on PC, PS2. But yeah, PC was the greatest because you could go into the files within like program files and like you could find the game stuff, and then you could make your own suits and texture packs and everything. It was great.
Oh,
I had an entire black like even the skin was just black, so it was just like a shadow silhouette running around.
mhm.
Tommy Vercetti, it was awesome. So he's just like this black silhouette, nodding his head, but having I don't know. Ray Liotta is just I don't know. He's a champion. That fucking just who there's other people in that game too. I think Samuel L. Jackson is in one of them. No,
Mhm.
he might be in. Is he in three? Yeah, he's one of the cops, right?
Possibly. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played three.
Yeah, I never got into three. Um,
I really liked four.
yeah,
The
four
the
was
one where
great.
you played the Russian guy because they made it like hyper realistic, and
Hmm.
I used to love. I don't. This sounds terrible, but I used to love bringing a rocket launcher into the waiting room of the hospital because
Oh
it
my
was just
god.
a bunch of people huddled around in the waiting room, and I'd just be like, boom, boom, and I would try and see how many blasts I could get off before I either a died or got killed, like arrested or whatever.
Yeah.
It was fucking great, and I love the rocket mechanics. They would like the mechanics of the game in general were great. Like the rocket would actually like grind against the road. It wouldn't explode right away. It would be like da da
Oh,
da
that's
da.
great.
And then if you stole a car, waited till someone grabbed the handle, and then you took off right away, they'd be dragged hand by the back.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
remember that.
fucking cool.
That's great. Yeah, dude, just just finding the like hyper realistic physics in a game and being able to fuck with them and having fun with them that way is just that's got to be its own like pastime. I mean, that's kind of
It's
what.
playing in another world. It's kind of
Yeah,
it's kind of like what you guys do. You have that podcast, the All Who Wander Aren't Lost. You guys kind of like just figure out the mechanics of each world and stuff. I think that's the most fun thing about video games. Like I remember doing it back in the Super Nintendo age, like making Mario look like he was pooping. Like that was
yeah.
always so funny. That's
Just
like
crouch
oh,
down.
Mario's pooping now. Yep. Yeah, he's
Um,
gonna poop.
but yeah, that's always like the most fun first part of a game is like what can and cannot I do. So like there's I want to go to like I don't know the you know parallel universe where it's a video game universe and a bunch of people starting out their life in this video game universe. They're just trying shit out because they don't know how the universe works yet. So they're just like, "Can I do
Mhm.
this?" And then they die and you're like, "Nope, can't do that." I guess there's that Ryan Reynolds movie. Is that did that come out?
Oh, the one that looks really awesome, actually.
It's called like the Extra Man or the Last Guy or
I think it's a Disney movie, actually.
oh shit, I just canceled my Disney Plus.
Oh no, you're gonna miss out on
Uh
it.
Ryan Reynolds game movie. Free Guy is what it's called.
Free guy.
2021. Is it
Oh, they pushed it back.
August 13th. Yeah.
Okay.
I
It,
guess now that the vaccine's actually working, people might start doing that a little bit more. You're like, let's see if
nice.
we can, maybe actually cash in on some of this non VOD, non streaming money.
I really want. So I'm getting my vaccine soon. I'm eligible now, so I'm gonna do it. And I really want to see Space Jam 2 in theaters. I just want to get ridiculously high
Hmm.
and have that be my first movie back to the theaters because I feel like that's the perfect movie to see in the theaters.
What was the
That
last movie you saw?
or Mortal Kombat. The last one I saw was Onward. I saw that with Jake
Oh
Cuny, Jaron
yeah,
and Amerman,
the
and
crying movie.
yeah, we all fucking cried like babies.
Yeah, that's why I
It was
haven't watched that movie. It's because like I have like father issues, and
oh
so
yeah,
nope.
no, that movie literally in the middle of it, he's got a dead dad, and they already established it within like the first 10 minutes, and then like not even into the middle of the movie, maybe like 20 minutes in, he pulls out this like mixtape and it says dad on it. And I'm like, oh, we're starting
Nope,
early.
nope.
We're early, Pixar, you motherfucker.
Uh-uh. See, okay, so like, what's the movie? Guardians of the Galaxy. I can see why that movie would grab certain people right at the beginning, like um, like Zach. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't care if I mention this. He doesn't have a dad, so like, he loved the movie when it first came out. But like, I watched it from a different light and was just like, well, I don't really like my parents. That's a different story for me. So I saw it and like his dad's kind of shitty in the beginning or something, right? Or
Mhm.
just like not really, he doesn't really give a shit, and his mom's dying, and like the whole beginning is like like so intentionally grabbing. And I was talking to Zach about it, and I was like, it's just so like, there's just, it seems like they're intentionally getting you emotional in the beginning. And he's like, yeah, it super got me because I like connected with a lot of that. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess like I just don't connect. And but yeah, that's that is a big reason why I haven't watched that Onward movie, is because I think I'll connect way too much, and then I'll just
Yeah,
no,
it's rough, man.
no.
I really liked it, but it was hard to get through. I feel like Coco was a little bit tougher for me than that one, but
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
Coco.
Coco was intense.
Coco, I didn't get that very much in Coco. I was kind of judging Coco as I was watching it because I had seen Book of Life years before,
Mhm.
and it's very. Have you seen both of them?
I haven't seen Book of Life, but I've heard it's similar.
So you should really watch Book of Life. It's really good. And also know that it came out like what 3 years before Coco. So just like
Hmm.
have that in your head, because I
It
definitely had
was
that in my head the other way when I watched Coco. I was like, well, this movie came
awesome.
out. This is the same thing. So how can it? I don't understand this. Um, but yeah, the whole aesthetic of both of them is really awesome, because just all the colors and the whole Day of the Dead thing is just so fucking awesome. Have you seen? So you know Jane Malone? She's got the whole
The
flicking
show,
Jane art stuff,
yeah.
and now she has a Saturday Market booth, and we got a hold on. I'm just gonna grab it real quick. We got a piece from it. I'm gonna get it. It's right here. Okay, look at that.
Oh, that's rad. Yeah, I saw Emma posted that on Instagram. That's really
Yeah,
cool. I like that a lot.
yeah. Her art's so fucking cool and vibrant and colorful.
I like how much it pops.
Oh shit. Yeah, it really like the color scheme of pretty much everything she does. It's just so
Mhm.
fucking awesome. Colors really really sell something to me. I can just honestly, like, there's times that I scroll through the internet and I'm like, just give me a
Mhm.
fucking something that is colorful, and then I'll just look at that for a minute, like some undersea, like show me a weird fish. Neat.
Yeah.
Moving on. It's
It
great. How was the mic?
was really good. I had a really good set. I was happy
What the
with it.
fuck are you?
Yeah.
It was terrible. It sucked. Nobody
I've
showed up.
been oh, yeah, no, nobody was there. No, I got two mics in today, which is kind of funny. So Kayla Marie and Tony Meyer had their resurrection Zoom mic that they did at like 10 a.m. So I woke up, first thing I did and did a Zoom set, and then I went to work, and then I did God, and then I did a real set, and now I'm doing this. So it's like I've had a pretty busy comedy day, which is great.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm kind of digging the Zoom thing now. I feel bad that I talked so much shit about it in the beginning because I'm having fun doing the mic now.
Yeah, it's something that you just kind of got to. So it's just different. That's what
Hmm.
people have to understand. Like, they're like, well, I can't, do my whole comedy thing because it's not the same. And then you just go, yeah, it's not the same. So like, just learn a new way to be funny. It's not like
Hmm.
learn a new way to do your comedy. And with some people it does translate. Like, dude, fucking Zach, he can do a Zoom mic and the delivery is almost the same, because like his jokes are
Hmm.
just words. He doesn't like act out or anything. It's just, and he fucking killed the Truth or Dare set he just did on Tuesday. And I was like,
Hell
What
yeah.
the fuck? Because he doesn't even like try that hard, and he's just like murdered, and it was awesome.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
it really is just another way to be funny, and it's hard to do that because it's like you have to learn how to get no feedback for a joke that bombs or something
Uh,
in that way, which is it's just an entirely new way to learn how to bomb and or deliver a good joke.
mhm.
So
Yeah, I've actually found myself to be more emphatic when I'm doing Zoom because I'm like like I
yeah,
don't
they
know,
can
like
only see this much of me.
I'm like you can't see that I'm fat. Like I've got all these fat jokes. Like
Oh yeah, jump around. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that has changed people's comedy to be more. I wonder if there's going to be a lot more comics that once everything comes back, they sit on the stool and they're just
it's
like
just
none
made
of
lazy comment.
none of them moves, but they just talk into a microphone. They're like, yeah, I like Mark Maron. That's my thing. It's what all the thinking comics do, making it seem like I'm just, you know, let's rap a little bit. What do you guys think about this idea?
Just grab a seat, turn it upstairs backwards, and sit down at it. Hey kids.
It'd be a really good bit to grab a seat and turn it upside down and sit on it in the most awkward way possible. And you're just like,
Yeah,
all
like
right,
the
guys.
leg up your butt, like
Yeah,
just like butt.
balance on it somehow. You know, it's a
Maybe
cool
do
move.
like a propped wall sit.
I like the move where you stand on the chair and you put one foot on the seat, one foot on the back, and you tip the chair over and you
Oh,
just
I've never been confident enough for that.
walk
I've
out of
tried
it.
it once.
It's so
Yeah.
scary. But once the chair starts tipping, you just go okay. But you have to commit to it, or else it doesn't work. It's one of those things like jumping off a cliff into water.
I feel like you're ending a musical number when you do that. I feel like you're
Yeah,
like obligated to be like, and I said, and
yeah.
then you're just like, or whatever. Like,
You got to have some sort of jaunty hat to be playing with at the same time. Yeah, need a fucking need a fucking cane. I'll just do what is it? Putting on the Ritz, but
yeah.
instead of canes, I'll have chairs up there.
Oh man, I've seen some crazy shit this week. So I think I've talked about before about how like my clientele is like pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a colostomy bag for the first time, just out.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, put it in like a bowling ball bag or something. Like, dude. So I was just worried the whole time. Like, I wasn't judging the dude, obviously,
Was
and
it
he
clear?
was no. it was it was like brown and yellow and ugh. It was just gross. It was that chyme stuff, that stuff that's not quite poop, not quite bile. It's like in between. Um,
I don't know that word.
chyme, yeah, it's a. I learned that in it's one of the few Bill Nye episodes I remember is him talking about chyme. Um,
I remember the
yeah.
Bill Nyes where he talks about poop vomit.
Yeah. He's like, well, it was a digestive episode. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't just about chyme. It wasn't like a chyme special. But anyways, like, so they teach you when you're a server to walk with a knife down like this, like pointing down if you're carrying it,
Mm-hmm.
or have it on a plate or whatever. But the entire time I was like, oh, dude, like if I'm walking past him, I don't want to accidentally clip his bag.
Oh.
Because it was literally sitting. Yeah, dude. I was like pretty worried about that. I hope he's not having steak. It was like a big ass steak knife. Um, yeah, that was interesting. Also, I had some strip club bouncers come in today
Yeah. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Easter and
Yeah.
tipped me like $40 in $2 bills, which is awesome.
Hell yeah.
I was like, what the? I mean, it was awesome that they tipped me that much, but at first I didn't know. I thought that they paid their bill in $2 bills, and I was like, I just started laughing at the computer. I was like, what the fuck is this? And my manager came over. He's like, what is it? Because he knows when I start laughing hard, it's either like something bad happened, or
Yeah.
because that's usually how I react. He's like, I got to see what this is, and I was like, they gave me 40/20s, dude, or 42s.
That's
I feel like
great.
Monopoly money.
Yeah, it feels really pretend when I have a $2 bill. It's like, is anybody actually going to take this?
Yeah, I'm worried about it. I want to
What
take it to like a strip club or something because
what's
that's
an
where they
what's
originate.
what's an ATM do if you try to put a 2 in it? Does it take it?
Mm,
Is it fine?
I doubt it. It shreds it and says, "Get real money, motherfucker."
Yeah. Like, what do you have, this like presidential Last Supper on the back of it? That's what's going on, isn't
It
it?
does look like that. It looks like that. What, oh man, hold on one
There's just
second.
like a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, it's really weird. Hold on, let me grab my wallet real quick. I'll show you this.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
like
we
the
gotta bring it
Declaration of Independence signing or something.
down. I think it might be. I think it might just be. Uh,
Herbie Hancock.
it's them negotiating the terms of an orgy. Like,
Now,
here we go.
now, Madison, you're gonna come over here to I was gonna say Roosevelt. That's way off. Okay.
Yeah, I think it is the Declaration because it's got Thomas Jefferson on the front.
And then you'll be sitting on his lap, and then you will receive 20 spankings, 20 lashes to
To the buttock, to the left buttock, and the right buttock. Yeah, so I'm just putting on a bunch of these now. I had one coworker buy 10 of them off of me, so that was cool.
Nice. It's always fun when people
Yeah.
collect certain types of money. There was I know what 65 and earlier quarters sound like. So there was like somebody like handling change, and I heard the noise, and I was like, "Hey, is there a 65 quarter in there?" And they're like, "What? What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, I heard a high pitched jingle of change. Can I just see that?" And then I just reached searched through it and found the 65 quarter, and I was like, "Here, I'll give you mine. I'm taking this one."
So you seriously can hear the it's like in Zelda when you clang your sword against the wall and you know that that's where you bomb.
Yeah, so if there's like if there's like 10 quarters that you have in your hand and you drop all of them and one of them is a 65 quarter, I can probably hear the tone of that one, like because it's just like way higher than the other ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like me.
Yeah, 65, 64, I think has a higher concentrate of silver in it. They're worth a little bit more. Yeah, so if you have a 64 quarter, you can hear it a lot more.
Interesting.
If you drop it. Dude, there was this happened yesterday. I like where we are with the whole pandemic, and I mean, I don't, but where everybody is, everybody's kind of at an understanding of like, oh, here's the rules. If you see someone with without a mask on in like a public building, everybody's kind of like, whoa, that's crazy. What are you doing? So I had this coworker, she's really big, and she like chain smokes all the time. And yesterday she just took her mask off at work, and she's just working with it without. And then somebody's like, "Hey, you have to wear your mask. You have to wear your mask." And she's like,
Yeah.
It's really hard for people on the phone to hear me when I'm wearing it. And he's like, "Oh, sorry. Everybody here has to, there's no question of that. Sorry, everybody has to wear it." And she's like, and then she had it on again, and then she ripped it off, and she goes, "I have a pre-existing condition." And then everybody was like, "What? You have like, she has like an immunodeficiency something." And
So it used to be wearing 2 masks.
yeah,
You
and
should
everybody's
definitely
like,
be wearing.
"So why the fuck?" And then she was just like freaking out and yelling at everybody and like she's like, "You guys are all fucking assholes and you're all prejudiced." And she was like just screaming, and then she goes outside and smokes a bunch of cigarettes, and then gets fired.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's just like, well, also it's like she's like the wife of someone who works there, and it's just one of those like she got hired but sucks. So it's
Like
that
a
whole
bad
like,
bout.
yeah, I had one of those once. I got my friend hired. He was a great employee. Then he got his wife hired. she got 2 tickets for texting and driving while delivering pizza. And then at work, she was putting on Facebook like, God, my job sucks. This place is stupid. My manager's sucks. And then people are friends with her on Facebook that work there. So they're like, hey, here. And then she just got fired. And then my friend was like, you can't fire my wife. And then he just like threw down his hat and pizza shirt.
Oh no.
And just walked out. And I was like, oh fuck, dude, that comes back on me.
Yeah, that's not a good look on you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that. I mean, that's by proxy. That's like.
Yeah.
I get it though, man. I've worked jobs that I fucking like. I would post on Facebook about and shit, but I would always make sure that nobody was on there.
Yeah, I think since then I've never done that, just because it's like, well, this is going to be.
It doesn't matter. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
It's just you venting to no one.
You know, it helps me clean up my Facebook posts is getting reminded of all the stupid shit I say.
Oh fuck, dude!
After.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be some 1 year after Justice League comes out that you're going to be like, well, I guess I went a little hard on that one.
Oh yeah. Well, I get so sick of because it was really retaliating against all the Marvel. Anytime I was like, oh, what does this article say about it? And then it's just a bunch of Marvel fans be like, everything sucks. I haven't seen it, but I know it sucks. Mm-hmm. And just me getting so mad. It's like you haven't even watched it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but no, I know. I look at stuff, anything that's like a memory from what I posted in Florida, and I automatically delete it. I'm like, no, that's not no one's gonna see that.
Yeah, there's some just stupid shit I said because I was like, what's this internet thing? I was I'm just gonna like put this out there, and a lot of it was like really me just figuring out how to do social media, and I didn't even know what I was doing, and so I would just say stuff like, hey guys, let's play the quiet game, and like that was my post, and I saw that, and it was like this is from 10 years ago, and I was like, God, what the fuck was I don't even know who I was, and then I go like, that makes sense, I was a fucking idiot, I don't know who I was then.
Mm-hmm. I look back on my early 20s being like, that person was a fucking dum-dum.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what was I thinking?
Dude,
it's embarrassing.
I got married and divorced before I was 25.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the fact that you can
you're not religious. That's usually like, oh, he's Mormon. Got it.
Right. Yeah. Like 21 when I got married.
He had to get married.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of regular, and I was just following the way to go. But it's like I don't know. I think that I hope that in the future.
What's on their own path, though?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I said everyone's on their own path. I mean, it's like
it was just kind of.
I think you probably needed those experiences to figure out what you wanted. You know?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it helped me grow into the mid form that I am now. The final form is going to be a bummer because the final form is the one you die with. So
yeah,
if this is my final form, then that sucks. then it's been nice. Okay. Oh, hey, do you want to? I had one more thing I was going to mention. I forgot. It'll come back up. You want to talk show structure real quick? We'll have a little a show meeting on the show, and so I was just thinking about the idea of changing the name from Must Be Nice to Hot Off Depressives.
I keep thinking about that. I thought about that today at work and I laughed because I'm like, that's such a great fucking name.
Yeah, I think it's good too. I think it's catchy and it's fun to say and it's like kind of funny. The only thing that's like makes me a little apprehensive is Must Be Nice is such a common thing that comes out of people's mouths, and then I've heard people say the name of our show so many times on accident, and I'm like, like they're just saying something else, and I'm like, that's right there, okay. But I really like hot off depressives. I think that's a really fun thing. And yeah, it won't be hard to change the graphic. And
Mhm.
if anybody goes, "What's this?" then they can watch it or something. I don't know. I don't really. We, I should release like a press release of saying that.
No, we should do like a promo video where it's just like we're being rebranded, revitalized, or
Yeah,
something. And then it's like I think that'd be really funny.
some sort
Like
of
maybe something like that.
like a spoof of a nutritional uh like
Yeah,
vitamin video or something like that. Like
that'd be cool. I like that.
that'd be funny. Also, so it's kind of just been happening this way, but I think it'd be fun to do it like this, where we do one us and then like every other one have a guest.
Mhm.
I think that's been working quite well.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that way. I talked to Zane Thomas. Is his last name
Mhm.
Thomas?
Yes,
Okay, Zane Thomas. Yeah, and he wants to be on next week, so
nice.
that'll be fun. I like Zane a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, cool guy. So if you ever have anybody that you want to recommend for a guest, also feel free to do that, and
Okay.
you or I can reach out to them, and that's totally cool. Okay, bam, meeting over. Fucking killed it. Have you? Okay, so we were talking Assassin's Creed at one point,
Uh-huh.
and which one have you played?
Oh, I played a good amount of them, but the one I played most recently was that Valhalla, the Viking one,
Okay, I
and
think.
then I was also playing the Origins one, which is the Egyptian one. That one was
Oh,
pretty fun.
okay, so I'm in Greece. I'm doing Odyssey,
Oh, nice. I heard that was great.
dude. Dude, it's like I don't know. It's hard to say like it's like exactly what I wanted, but because I don't know, I don't really care about. Okay, okay, so I don't give a shit about anything that's happening in this game. That's a
Mhm.
really fun thing to have happening to me because it's like
Yeah,
this game is
you can
beautiful
just skip all the cutscenes.
and the controls. I mean, I talk through them and I'm like I don't care what I pick the funniest option to me because
Yeah.
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed. I only played two. Um, so I like read a thing like a beginner's guide to this game, and it's like don't ever worry about the factions. Like just choose whatever in the moment decision you want to make because nobody ever cares or remembers what you do. You're a mercenary. You're your own person throughout the whole game. So it's just really fun playing it that way and like killing off main characters like crazy. Just like you're kind of an asshole. You're gone. Sorry. This is this is going that way. But to have a game be that like you the way you can traverse in that game just so simply like I remember playing Uncharted and being like dude the climbing in this game is just top notch beyond amazing and it's great and it's hard to say that something's better but it's so much better. It's so cool. I'm
Mhm.
holding down X and pushing a direction and she's just oh also you can play as a lady. That's fucking awesome. I didn't has there ever been an Assassin's Creed where you can do that?
I think that was the first one, and then they did it in Valhalla as well.
It's fucking badass because it's just like
And even Valhalla was pretty cool because they even like they start you off as the character when they're your child, and the kid is like non-binary. The kid is short hair, and it
oh
could
yeah,
be either yeah, and then you basically just get to choose.
that's
And it's
cool.
also a non-binary name. I think it's like Aover or Aovir or something like that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, my buddy Gene, he played through all of Odyssey. He absolutely loved it, and he did like the downloadable content, and they've got like Greek god stuff.
Yeah,
He was doing missions in Hades and shit.
dude. So it this game has all the stuff that I like to. I kind of wish that I could have, just because I don't have all the time to play video games. So I
Hmm.
have these things. It's like this boosts your experience that you're getting. This boosts your uh, gold that you pick up and everything like that. Just like boosts like that, and then I bought a like a map thing that just gives me everything on the map, so I can just all the collectibles they're just there, and so I can just go.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking cool. And also, I'm playing on easy mode.
Hmm.
It's just it's great. So yeah, it's a beautiful looking game, and I don't give a shit about anything that's going on. So I like listen to a podcast, and like I don't know, it's beautiful, and the music is great, the acting is great, but none of them are. I don't know what's happening. It does a really bad job of giving you like information of who the people are, because as soon as you start, there's just people that are like, oh yeah, that guy over there, he's being a jerk, so we got to go figure out what's going on with him, and it doesn't give you any reference ever before that of who the guy is or anything. So
My biggest pet peeve with those games, as much as I love them, is, and I had this with Valhalla. I did like a clean sweep of the original area. I got like everything I could, and I got it all finished. And then the opening credits started, and I'd already put in like 20 hours into the
oh
game. I'm like,
wow.
what the fuck? I get so I just don't have the time. I wish I would have played more during the quarantine, but my Xbox disk drive fucked up, so
Oh
now I
no.
can't play Valhalla. I did just download Soul Calibur 6 though, and I haven't played one of those since like GameCube era, so I was excited to play that.
With Link.
Yeah, I had the GameCube one with Link, and I had the Xbox one that had Spawn in it.
Oh yeah. Wait, the Xbox had Spawn? I thought
I,
the PlayStation have?
the PlayStation one had Heihachi from Tekken.
Oh yeah.
It was like, yeah, the PlayStation one was kind of a bummer. I didn't end up buying that one
That's the
because I
guy
was
with
like, dude,
the
Link and Spawn versus Heihachi?
that's the guy
Like,
with the hair like this kinda, and he's got no shirt on
uh,
and like just athletic pants.
he's got like clog sandals on. He's got like platform sandals. I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but he doesn't wear. He does a lot of like, ha, 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 ha. He does. That's what he's.
Heihachi Mishima.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's bald. I mean,
Oh, he is
he's
bald.
bald in
That's
the
right.
middle.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, great. That's
But the new one's fun. Um, I played as Ivy just to see how the jiggle factor still. You remember Ivy?
yeah. I remember Ivy. Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah, dude. Every guy our age remembers. Every guy our age that played video games is like Ivy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like when I was playing on GameCube, even I was like, do boobs get that big? Holy shit! She's got to get some like back support. Hopefully, there's like a brace in what she's wearing somewhere.
I think he's wearing like an iron fucking uh what is that thing called? Corset, like
She's
an
one with like a
iron
sword
corset.
whip, right?
Oh, that thing is so badass too.
Hmm.
Yeah, it can she can turn it into a whip at any moment, and it's so cool.
What's the guy that's fucking weird? Is it Voldo?
Voldo, he's like BDSM Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
he does
so
it
weird. What?
backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not Japanese, so I think if I were,
Mhm.
do you think Japanese people see that and they're like, cool? Or do you think they go, whoa, they made him weird?
I think they're like, whoa, that's weird. Because I mean, I think the things that are sensational in games to us are pretty sensational to them as well. But sometimes I do wonder. I do wonder about that disconnect, and I do wonder because there's a lot of like inside jokes that are only really funny to Japanese audiences that we miss out all the time. So I don't know. I do think that a lot of that though is like, if it's sensational like that, I think they probably are laughing at it too, being like, "He's a fucking weirdo,"
Yeah,
you know?
but I think that is part of the culture. Also, is like celebrate the weirdest shit because there's a lot
Oh
of like
yeah,
weird shit in Japan, and it's just like celebrated across the board.
I always thought it would be funny, and I don't know how to write this bit, but I think it would be funny. I think it'd be funny as a sketch. Is a Japanese man who's like has a phobia of cartoons, so he just can't go outside. Like because there's cartoons everywhere, like in advertisement and all that stuff. Like just
Yeah,
imagine being living in the heart of Japan and not being able to go outside because you're terrified of cartoons.
I think I think Japan would be probably the first place if someone was like, "Hey, what country do you want to go to?" I think Japan would be number one because they'd just be like,
Oh
I
yeah.
want to go to a different planet. That's what it seems like there. It's just like
Mhm.
they figured out how to start doing things differently and then
Mhm.
just kind of keep going down a way different path of like, I don't know, this this kind of creative hive mind as opposed to an oppressive hive mind.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely want to check out Japan. I just feel like I would stand out like a sore thumb for sure there. Like this is a giant fat white dude with long hair. But I want to go. I want to check out. They've got Nintendo Land there in Universal. I want to go to the Universal Japanese version.
You
It's
should just
I mean that's not what I would mainly go there for, but
that'd be a pretty big get though. That'd be a
it's a
pretty
pretty
big
big
reason to
draw.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go and say that you're Andrew WK and get in for free.
I
Doesn't
partied too much. He partied. Andrew WK partied too much.
have you heard the theory that there is no such thing as Andrew WK?
Oh yeah, I have.
It's really interesting. I mean, I wasn't, but in the same room as me, Emma was listening to a podcast, and I'd never heard that conspiracy at all. But
He's like William Shakespeare. It's like 10 guys.
wait, is that a thing?
That's a theory. Is people don't think William Shakespeare wrote all of his plays. They think that William Shakespeare was an amalgamation of a bunch of people.
Just because it's like, who could be that prolific?
Yeah.
Oh, well, just let a guy fucking be cool. Yeah. Nobody could make that many party jams.
Right, exactly. Andrew WK. He's just too prolific with his parties.
Fucking.
Fucking Andrew WK. Oh my god. I haven't thought about him in years.
It's
Oh
great.
man.
It's
Hmm.
fucking great. How was Easter the difference at your work? Was it crazy?
Oh man. I love my job. Let me preface this by saying this. I love my job. I have great managers and it's a really fun place to work. But this whole weekend was been nuts. So the and not in a bad way, just in a weird labory way. So very busy Thursday, um, and just kind of like we were kind of short staffed. Very busy Friday, short staffed. Very busy Saturday, short staffed. Easter, the big event where everyone was supposed to come in, over overstaffed, overstaffed, like not dead, but like very slow.
Mm-hmm.
I was just really frustrated and tired, and I was being a little whiny, and I'm aware of it. And even as I was doing it, I was like, "Listen, I'm whining, and I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be this guy." It's like today's my weekend or my Friday is like I've been here all week, and it's been really hard. So I'm sorry, but and then I talked to my managers. I was able to get out of there, but I think they were like probably getting a little annoyed with me. So I do apologize to them if they're listening. I wish I'd help. Um,
That is
anyways, yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
well, that is a thing about work. I it's hard to feel bad for someone who's like, this it sucks today. It's been a hard day because I mean that happens. It's like it's an ebb and flow kind of situation. So like when people at my work, and I've done the same thing. I've been like, dude, just today sucks, and I'm really tired. This whole fucking thing is just kind of kicking my ass. There's like a thing that washes over people's face of like, fucking, you work here. That's we all fucking work here. Yeah,
No,
it's
you're
a
absolutely
it's a
right.
fucking
And
circus.
I felt so uncomfortable because I'm like, and I always end up doing it in the bar because the bar is just kind of shitty.
Well, that's where
But
you go to get rid of your problems and tell your barkeep your
yeah,
troubles.
exactly. No, I really am trying to break the habit of it, to be honest with you. It's not a good habit to have. And I've been super positive the last few days. I think I get one bad day. But I was just like,
It's your cheat day.
yeah, it's my cheat day. But it was weird. They do this at my restaurant for some reason on holidays. It doesn't matter how slow they are. They're allowed to go over on labor because it's a holiday. They like allocate the amount of money for it. But what it
It's like
means
having
is
excess.
Yeah, and it's just in case it gets crazy busy, and it never did today. I was there for like 5 or almost 5 hours, and it wasn't necessary.
They should take all that extra labor and disperse it to everybody who came in. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody would ever do that as a business, but you know.
I don't know. It just seems so silly to me. I made a joke. I said because they always bring pizza for us on holidays. They brought Domino's.
Gross.
And yeah, gross. Which is fine, but Domino's, like if you don't get to it first, like if you're busy and then you get to it, it's cold. It's like cardboard.
Yep.
But that's the problem. I'd rather have frozen pizza sometimes. Anyways,
Get Domino's and then freeze it.
yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you beat it.
Zach does.
Anyways, I was saying basically what happens is like it's not that busy. They've ordered pizza for everyone. It's basically a horrible pizza party where every once in a while we have to take a table. We just can't leave. It's I don't know. I love my job though. I feel very privileged and kind of what's the word here? I feel kind of obnoxious when I complain, and I don't want to do that. And it comes out of me, and I don't mean to
Yeah.
when I'm at work. You know?
I get that same way. And there's times that I'm so complainy, and then I get really frustrated because it's like this isn't what I want to be doing. And I know that in the moment of like, why am I what's going on here? And then I have to like address that, but while I'm making a complaining scene, and I have to like be talking, you know, I'm talking about like a very specific personal situation that was like a couple days ago, but like
Yeah.
complaining at someone.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, and yeah, I didn't want to make it seem like I was like, well, here's what you got to do, Kyle. You got to just fucking not do
Yeah.
it. No, this is me, and it's all the fucking time. Of just like I'm pretty like just complaining about something, and then while I'm doing it, I'm thinking I don't want to be doing this, and also this is the thing that I don't want to have sitting in my head for later. Because I don't want to have just this sitting in my head and going like, oh, you just fucking, why are you complaining about shit that you don't need to be complaining about? It doesn't matter really. You could just, I don't know. There's also a thing of communication I'm really bad at just like having an issue and kind of opening it up and go, oh, let's talk about this. No, I'm not, that's hard for me to do. So there's a lot of, complaining and then saying that's not what I really mean, and kind of trying to straighten it out while I'm being frustrated that I have already created an issue when there's no issue that needed to be created. I was just in the moment right
Yeah,
then, you know?
just you developed it out of nowhere. No, I see what you're saying. It's so and it almost feels like a tick, and I don't like it. And I'm glad I don't drink anymore, because when I was drinking, it came out a lot more.
Yeah.
When I was at and I would be obviously not feeling as good because I would be hungover or something.
Well, and like
But
even when you're feeling that same kind of way and you say something and you're like, ah, fuck, I shouldn't have said that sober. If I were drinking, that would have came out either a lot earlier with, you know, no leash on it whatsoever.
yeah,
And
exactly.
or it would have came out a lot shittier. I was never really like angry and yelly, but I would say shitty things to people. And I'd be like, hey, it's just kind of a fucking, I can be kind of shitty sometimes. Watch out, this guy bites. And
Yeah,
I kind of feel that way and be like, well, I've been a fan of comedy since I was young, and I like being a comedian, and I like being around comedians. I like busting balls. I like getting my balls busted, like that whole thing. And then I love a clever person who can say something shitty and have it just be like, boom. I love that. Everybody loves that. But when you're the person making someone feel bad, it's actually, it doesn't feel the same. It's like, oh, now everybody just saw a person be mean. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't come across the same way. I think you were there for the roast with Tori Ward, right? At
oh no, I heard
okay.
I've heard of that with with what's his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Just a person coming out and being like, they don't have their wall up anymore. They're just being a shitty person. You go like, oh, oh, and hopefully they figured out not to do that and to address that with themselves and hopefully change that behavior because they notice it. But I don't know. That person is also a person who drinks enough to where they're like falling asleep up against a wall. So
yeah,
it's hard to be self-aware
I
that way.
exactly. No, I've fucking been there though.
Yeah, same.
I know like this. I've slept again. I remember I remember in Florida one time I was out drinking and my buddy made fun of me because he like I was in the bathroom at the urinal peeing and he came in while I was peeing and I was like had my eyes closed, like leaning against the wall. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you? I'm like, huh? I remember that vividly, like passing out while peeing at a urinal.
One of those situations where if he wouldn't have, questioned you, you
That
might have just
probably
fallen
hit
down.
my fucking head. Yeah, it would have been bad.
Oh god. Oh, there's
I
so
did
many.
not drive that night.
You know what I hated about being drunk was I had the confidence that I have when I'm sober of like
Mhm.
my physical abilities, but without the abilities as much. So like, I have the energy and the confidence. This is great. Awesome. Let's climb on shit. That's fucking cool. But like there's this whole uh uh, uh depth perception thing or it just depth
Equilibrium.
yeah, well, and it just kind of happens faster or slower or something. So like I jumped off a thing and I didn't have my legs ready to bend and I had to jump down like 6 feet and I just like hit my ankle with my legs kind of straight and it was just
Ugh.
fucked up. And I was just like, what am I doing? That was close to the end of me drinking. I was like, I got to be able to climb on stuff. I can't be like fucking myself up while I'm just getting drunk and being stupid.
Mhm.
This is dumb.
Yeah, you can't be doing the chair tilt when you're drunk.
Yeah,
It
huh?
doesn't go over well.
It's still so scary
It
because
goes
also
sideways.
yeah, so it's either you have to do it on a chair that's sturdy enough, but I mean, yeah,
I don't think this is sturdy enough for me yet. I think I need to lose more weight.
you gotta have like a strong wooden chair in a church because they have that carpet that's really like
I could do a pew. I could do
dense.
one of the pews.
Yeah, fucking tip a pew, dude.
It's so sweet.
Y'all want to go pew tipping?
We're going pew tipping in Butte, Montana.
Oh man, that's fucking great.
Oh,
Have you seen Kyle Kinane around anymore?
oh no, I haven't. I think he's doing helium pretty soon though, which is cool. I might go check out his helium set. Um, but hopefully I'm doing the mic out there tomorrow or not tomorrow, Tuesday. I mean, so 2 days from now, I'm gonna sign up for that again. I signed up for the Tacoma Comedy Club mic. I don't know if they're gonna email me or call me or what. They have like all my information now, which is cool.
Nice. Is Spokane more north than that?
Yes,
Okay.
but I believe so. Tacoma's like 2 hours away, I believe, and then Spokane is like 2.5, and then I mean if my geography's right, and then Seattle's like 3 hours away from Portland.
Hell yeah. Yeah, up in
Get back out there
Spokane,
again.
there's a comic that used to live in Salem. He's really funny. He quit comedy for like 6 months or something, and then he
Mhm.
came back, started up in Spokane, and he's just fucking killing. What's his name? Charles. Ooh, shit.
Bukowski.
Yes, I think that does sound familiar, so it might be that. Charles Hall Jr. Yeah.
Charles E. Cheese.
Charles, yeah. That is funny.
Yeah, check.
Charles H.J.
It's just,
Yeah, he's great. He is, I don't know if you would call him deaf,
Mhm.
but he's he can't hear very well, almost completely, and he wears hearing aids. Um, I don't know. That doesn't really change anything about his comedy. You don't notice, but
Hmm.
it's just fucking cool to see. I don't know. I guess it's probably some sort of condescending or whatever to go like, oh
Oh no,
wow,
no, just
neat. But I think it's
oh,
badass to see. I think it's badass to see someone uh, with a hearing disability or whatever you'd call it, um, go do something that is like, well, that's probably not going to be something that I'll be able to do in life. Is go
mhm.
public speak because I don't know. Uh, but yeah, he's a fucking great comedian, killing it.
That's- yeah, I like it when I mean I'm always rooting for comics, but I always like it when a comic's struggling with something and they work through it. Like there was a I always forget his name, but there's a comic I saw at Bridgetown and he's got like a really intense stutter, but he uses it to his advantage.
Oh, there's a
I
couple. Okay,
talked about him before. He was on Mark Maron's show for a little bit. I
okay.
forget his name. I want to say Paul something or maybe Ryan
Rubens. Well,
Rubin.
there.
Not Paul
Paul
Rubens.
Rubens. There was a comedian that did a couple. I don't know if he was a comedian actually. I think this was a poetry thing.
Mhm.
Did you see the poetry stuttering guy or the poetry? Uh, it's just an internet video where someone who with obsessive compulsive disorder reads poetry, and it's one of those like you can't not cry at it. You're like, oh motherfucker,
Yeah.
that's great. But yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, um, sweet. I want to get up to Portland sometime. I might fucking just start a mic here, just because there's a bar that's wanting it, and
That's
that's
not a bad idea.
that's kind of just what I've. That's like my assignment in Salem comedy now. It's just like, oh, you host things, right? So we can you make it so we can play. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
sure. I guess I'll just be that guy because you all need this guy. So I don't know. It's fine. It's fun.
Man, open mic hosts are heroes to me. They're
Yeah, I try to see myself as that. Like
as a hero.
well, I have to, or else like I have to see myself as doing some good because otherwise, you know, 4 out of 5 mics at certain places, especially in Salem, where there's a lot of people that don't give a shit or don't know about it. Um,
Hmm.
they're just, especially at Front Street when I used to host a mic there, it was like 5 comics and 3 people that did not want to hear anything you had to say because they're doing the video lottery or they're talking to their, you know, person they're gonna fuck later.
Yeah, they're like just mad at you because they can't talk now.
Yeah.
That
Can't you see the game is on? What the fuck are you doing? And then I got into an argument with a guy because he was yelling at me like that, and I was like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "Oregon." And I was like, "Why do you talk like that?" And he's like,
I never understood the southern. Yeah, where do you get a southern accent?
"The
Or
fake, yeah, it's like a fake Southern accent, just because it's like the white Ebonics, if the
oh, yeah.
word Ebonics still works." But
I have no idea if that's
yeah,
kosher anymore.
I don't know. Is
I know
saying
what you mean.
is saying
It's a dialogue.
is saying kosher in that way kosher anymore?
I don't think it is.
Look at it,
I think
Emma.
yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, Emma. Yeah, Emma's. No, I know what you're saying. It's a dialect.
Hmm.
It's I don't yeah, I never understood like I got in a like a debate with someone online because they're like, oh, it's regionalist if every time you do a dumb person's voice you do southern or whatever. And I was like, I don't know, man. I grew up in the South and it's hard not to like separate I can't separate the voice from like the southern accent. It just the southern accent like triggers me. There's something in it that I'm just like, ugh.
Hmm.
I don't I don't like the word y'all. Y'all
I don't
makes
either.
my skin
I'm so
crawl.
happy that another
Y'all makes
person from
my skin
Florida
crawl.
Yeah, does not like that. I don't like it. It does make people sound stupid, and I'm like,
Yeah. Y'all, what y'all doing? Yeah, you sound like a fucking dum dum. I'm sorry. I know I know that people love y'all. People think y'all, but in you all as its own is a word that I never really even say those two together that much.
yeah.
But
I've had
I,
to.
I stop myself from saying y'all. I hate y'all. I think it's gross sounding.
Mhm. I've had to change my specific wording of things because I just say like you guys a lot, and like
Yeah.
if you're not talking to guys, you you guys was a general term for me, but then like thinking about it more, it's like, well, someone might be having some issues with that word coming at them nowadays.
Yeah.
And so it's like there was
You
a
want to be on the right side. You don't want to be a jerk, obviously,
yeah,
but
and so it's interesting to like
it
come to
comes
that point.
off though. Yeah.
It's interesting to come to the point and be like, oh, I could just like just little things like that to change, because there was a person that I was delivering pizza to them, and I would say, "Hey, dude. Hey, man. Hey, thanks, dude. Thanks, man." And no tips. And it was like I was like trying to be way extra nice, and I was like, "Why isn't this working?" And then after a while of them not delivering, it was a lady, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So that, and then that whole like I backtracked the whole thing because I was like always saying thanks, dude, thanks, man, thanks, you know, and that person was having a bunch of issues with probably being called dude, man, hey, bro, hey, guy, and all this shit, and I'd never even, I don't consider that because I'd never even thought about it, and then it was interesting and really cool to go through a thing and like cool for me as a learning experience, and after delivering to her going like, hey, and not, I don't have to use a gender thing for a greeting. It's fine. And then
Mm-hmm.
tips after that. Going like, cool. And then like it's an actual like feedback of going like, cool, that's without me saying like, hey, what do I do? What do I do here? It's just
Yeah.
instead of
I hate when people are like, "Oh, I can't believe they." It's like, no, dude, just fucking listen to what they're saying, and or listen to what they want to. You know what I mean? Like it's as simple as that. That's the
sometimes it's
one
even
thing.
listen to what I'm saying for me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's funny because it's like I hate y'all because y'all sound so gross, but it's been co-opted by by like gender fluid people because it's gender it's gender fluid, and I was like,
That is
man,
true. I never even thought about that until right now.
no, it really has like it's
Yeah,
really been like
it's
hardcore, but in a southern accent, it makes you sound. I'm sorry, this is
yep.
very judgmental, but I can't tell you how many times like I've just dum dums in Florida going y'all. It's like their jaw pops open like a snake when
Yeah, and it kind of
y'all.
bounces around down here like a fucking
Yeah,
cartoon. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like nails on the chalkboard to me. It's bad. It's not a fan.
Yeah. I I never said that. There was a time that a Florida-ism came out of my mouth, or like I wasn't even saying my dad thought I was saying I'm fixing to go do something, but I was saying
Mhm,
like I'm fixing something, and he just
mhm.
like cut me off right there. He's like, "Did you say you're fixing to do something?" And I was like, "No," but like that just kind of caught my attention of him about to make fun of me for picking up a southern accent coming from California.
Mhm.
So I was always careful not to get any of that, even though when I came to Oregon, I got made fun of because I had a southern accent and I didn't even notice. But
Mhm.
then the rednecks that were here had way more a southern accent than some of the people I knew in Florida. So it's just all fucking weird. I hate rednecks
Yeah,
in the
I
Northwest.
do too. I really do, man. And it sucks that they're gonna ruin our country.
Yeah,
Like it's
they're just.
and maybe murder us.
I wish that they would just stop poisoning their kids. Just stop. Just let your. I mean, hopefully the internet just becomes more of a wave of information, and it's already being
Mhm.
pretty good. So hopefully churches,
Oh,
become
that was
community
another thing I
centers, or
saw.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They gotta have some kind of positive influence. But that's another thing I saw this week, and I'm glad they ended up walking out. But this family came in, and they had a like 10-year-old kid with a fucking Blue Lives Matter flag on his back, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys trying to stir shit up in Portland for? Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah. Why
Like,
would...
and then you plastered it on a 10-year-old's back. He doesn't know what's happening to the full extent. He knows what you told him,
Mhm.
you know? It's just gross to me. And Republicans do this all the fucking time. I don't know if it's just because they have a high focus on their kids and having a family. That's all they know is that, but always their profile picture. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Tradition. Their profile picture is always their kids. And you're like, why the fuck does this kid on the internet, this random kid, think that Obama is a commie? And like all this like and it's like he's talking all this shit on communism and socialism, but I bet you 100% if I go to your house and you invite me to your house, that kid is gonna come over and share his cookies with me. Like it's fucking, he doesn't know those things. Like, why are you hiding behind your kid? That's fucked up.
Well, yeah.
If you're gonna be a dickhead online, show your dumb redneck face so we can see you.
Yeah, there was when I came to Oregon and like was in, I came here and when I went to high school, I knew people that had never had a black friend. And I was just so like fucking weirded out by that because it was like, well, how can you not like have all of the people around you? Because it was like California, then Florida, then Oregon, and it was like all of the people, and then Oregon. And so it was just fucking weird when I got here. And then, yeah, just being the person that like rednecks were picking on was so weird because it was like, what? You just don't have anybody to pick on because this is a town of rednecks. Okay, so all right. So I flushed the kid's watch down the toilet. That was how I got back at someone.
Oh, nice.
I took his watch, flushed it down the toilet, got in school suspension. But
Was it have like a camo band on
it? No, it was kind of a shitty Timex with one of those like Velcro straps.
Ooh.
Yeah, just kind of a, your big $20 special.
Oh, those are sweet. He probably got that for his birthday. I'm trying.
Fuck you,
I'm trying to
block.
Oh, that sounds like a redneck. That sounds like a redneck. I'm trying to think of. Oh man, there was this fucking really chud-ish redneck kid in my PE class in like 7th grade, and he was such an asshole. So sometimes when I'm getting picked on a lot, and I just get to a point where I snap, I do something to instigate them to like hit me first, so then I can. Well, they hit me first, and then you know what I mean.
You go.
That was what I used
to
do. Yeah. That's what I would do when I was young. Because I actually fought a bit in middle school. Because I got picked on a lot, and then if I wouldn't have, it would have been a lot worse. But this kid was just picking on me and picking on me and picking on me, and he just had that fat redneck head. You know what I'm talking about? That big tater head, and he just would always just be wearing like a white shirt, and he looked like Hank Hill.
Looks like he's been drinking, but he's a kid.
Yeah, he's got fucking like sweat stains. He's like the only 11-year-old fucking pit stains and
nose
shit.
Is all puffy and red. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's been drinking for years. Yeah. No. Anyways, he's been picking on me for a long time, and I filled my water bottle up and just dumped it on his head, and I was like, oh man, you fucking stink. And then he fucking hit me in the face, and then we were at it. But God, I hated that kid. I've dealt with so many fucking dickhead rednecks. They're the worst people, and they're so unself-aware, and they're just so they fucking ignorant. They're so proud of being ignorant, and that's the most dangerous thing. That's the scariest fucking thing in the world.
Trash and proud.
Yeah.
I swear, I see stickers of like trashy and proud, like proud to be a piece of shit.
I ain't never read the book.
Yeah, what is that? Like, is it just having a community of people that are okay with it and then being like, I got to kind
I
of roll
think
with
it's
this
just
because it's easier?
I think it's a rejection of everything they don't understand. And a lot of them, it's kind of creepy to me. It's a weird sense of this like controlled community because a lot of rednecks live in small towns and they glorify living in a tiny place where
Hmm.
they know everybody and everybody works hard, wakes up at a certain time. And then anyone that does anything different because they don't a don't work as hard as them, b don't follow the rules to the extent that they do, that they're all horrible, evil, you know what I mean? Like, and they're the ones. It's so funny when the Republicans complain about the divide because they're the ones, lengthening the divide.
Yeah.
They're the ones ending violence and committing violence. So it's fucking weird, man. It's scary. I don't like it, and it just really sucks that if the world is taken down, it's going to be Russians and rednecks. It's so as a waiter, that's so scary to me. Like, it's like I know what these people are capable of when they're just going to a restaurant. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck, man? They're gonna ruin the country.
Yeah, that'll be maybe it'll be a thing where it's the Russians against the rednecks because the rednecks are like, ain't no fucking commie taking over my country, and then the
That's so
Russians.
crazy to me. That's
the-
what's so crazy to me is that if anyone, because that was what they were perceived as in the Cold War and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't mean anything. Like, I literally, like, I just mean when I serve Russians, it's hard. And I know you in the service industry. I don't have anything against Russian people, obviously, except for like the
I do.
collusion. But
I don't like them. I don't like Russian
yeah,
people. I'll say it on a recording. I went to high school with a lot of them. You know what? There was a few I went to high school with that were pretty badass Russian people, but
uh-huh.
as a nationality and as a is it a race?
I see, that's the hard part because
If
they're
it
technically
is,
white. They're
I don't
technically
like
white
them.
people, and yeah, I don't.
I don't.
I
Okay.
that's a touchy subject for me. I don't
I
know. When they are in a restaurant, I do not like them. Then any other time, I give them the benefit of the doubt. But when I'm serving them, I'm like, God damn it!
I'm the
I will.
opposite.
Yeah,
The you gotta
you like them when you're serving them.
you gotta you gotta earn. No, I start off with Russians of like, if someone comes in, they're like, hello, I need a pizza for Vladimir. I'm like, oh, I don't trust you. Okay, sorry, what was that? And then it's just a
Oh no!
reflex. I just like burp it out. I'm like, no, get out of here.
That's the thing is, like, and I hate that, and I try to be self-aware of it because when you serve people, you start to develop like kind of race. Not, I don't want to say racist, but you
I
definitely,
know what you're talking about.
yeah, you're like, oh fuck. You're just like, because you've just seen a lot of patterns, and it's funny because people will always surprise you still.
Oh, for sure.
But I I just remember I was working at the Ram one time and I was serving a 15 top of Russian people, and I was like, man, I was like, be completely optimistic about this, and I'm not gonna be a dick. I'm not gonna, like, I always serve people the same way regardless, because at the end of the day, I mean, if I was a dick and then they were nice to me and tipped me, I would feel terrible. But anyways, the computers went down, and this was like right after Trump got elected. And in the back of my head, I'm like, collusion. I'm like, they colluded and they took out our fucking computer
They
system.
they
I
have
was,
the devices in their purses.
yeah, I was like, I need to check all of their smartphones. Like, I
Uh-huh.
just remember thinking to myself, oh man, that's racist. That's really bad.
No, it's a gray box that has one big red button on it, and it's like an EMP, and it shuts down all the computers in the vicinity.
Batman, they have a Batman electrical gun like in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Everything free now. Everything for me free. You know, ring up. That's
I
the other thing. They always like to fucking like haggle with you, and I'm like, dude, I can't haggle with you. This is a corporate restaurant.
Yeah,
Like,
and you can't say, hey dude, wrong country.
no, I know.
Doesn't come across
That's
right.
the other thing. that's the other thing, and I always have to remember that like restaurants are completely different in other parts of the world.
Hmm.
So, but it sometimes it's demeaning. They're just like they'll snap fingers at you, and
Oh
they just oh my god.
yeah. I
Maybe edit this part out.
uh yeah, just Kyle, you've been doing a great job reading the script I sent you. I was uh it's this is all me trying out my script, my autobiographical script about how I don't like Russian people. That's just me though. I've had experience. I've gotten beaten up by a couple Russians, but I've also partied with some that are really really badass people.
That's why I'm saying like you
Yeah.
can't put a whole blanket statement. That's why I'm like in a restaurant setting, stereotypically they are hard to deal with is the best way to put it, and that's as far as it goes. If let's just say if I had a Russian table and I tried to transfer it to someone because I was leaving early or something, they would be very upset with me. Another server, they would not be happy.
Yeah.
And I've had it a million times where like they were fine and I was just being an asshole because of my past. You know what I mean? And
Oh, totally.
like today I had a table that was Russian and I was like, here we go again. And you know, and it's not like I ignored them or gave them bad service or anything. And then they tipped me okay. It was like 15%, which is fine. And they were nice. And that's all I really ask for is just be nice and tip me okay.
Hmm.
Like at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for.
Why Russians?
I don't know. I
Why don't
think it's just I think I have a
some fucking
hard I think
Irish
it's a
people over
hard
here or something?
I think it's a hard country. I don't know. Maybe Oregon is like because Oregon gets a little cold. Maybe Oregon's like paradise to them.
I'm trying to think of where Russia is on a map. Isn't Russia's like over? It's across Alaska. So yeah, maybe it's just a easy trip over. Because
Probably there's a
San Francisco
large
had a lot
you
of
know.
ports for Japanese, Chinese people. I don't know which one. Uh,
Oh, that's Japanese.
back in like the 30s. I don't. You know what? I'm just throwing out a decade and like kind of saying it slow so to see if you're like, yeah, that's the one. But I really don't know.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about
But
the decade.
I think Russians was the same thing. I had a coworker who turned out to be a piece of shit that told me a lot about Russian people, which was interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I had a Russian a coworker who was like half Russian, and even she was like motherfucker. Like when they came, that was the funniest thing to me at the Ram. The Ram was where we would get a lot of Russian kids come in, but it was weird that we'd get like teenagers come in at late at night, and they all had like a lot of gel in their hair. They all look like Zoolander, and
yeah.
they would like sometimes they wouldn't even pay their bill. Like they would try and sneak out on their bill, and I'm like, dude, I ran one of them down one time. I'm like, I need a card. I need
And you
cash.
know they're fucking rolling in there in like a Mercedes every
No,
time.
that's the fucking thing. That yeah, their parents had money, and I was like, these people are just god damn it. That's I don't
Uh,
want to be these people. So I was just like
these people
these.
being mean people.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Mean.
And it was also, I mean, any teenagers that came in to the Rams sucked anyway. So I mean, I'm
That's
not even
across the
gonna.
board. Any gender, race, whatever you want to talk about. A fucking teenager at a restaurant is the biggest piece of shit. I was that guy, and I have seen so many that I'm like I want to yell at them and be like, "You piece of," but I was like that person, so it's like that's fine. You know what?
You
Fuck
know how
you. That's it.
humiliating it is to be made fun of by a fucking teenager when you're waiting them. When you're like 25 and wait. Oh my
Dude,
god.
I still get scared of teenagers.
Red Robin gave me fucking PTSD when it came to teenagers, man. I see kids. I get mad at my restaurant. I'm like, if they're not older than me, I'm like, you can't afford it. Like in the back of my head, like, I mean, you
Yeah.
can't afford to eat here and tip. Like in the back of my head, it's really bad because I'm like, I can't afford to eat here.
Right,
So that's like
exactly.
the way I think. I mean, I'm like, no, you have to be. I don't know. You have to be. I don't.
Yeah,
Ugh. It's
there's
weird how you judge, and you don't, and you shouldn't be judging, but you do, and it happens all the time.
yeah. I mean, that really is just part of being a human, though. You have to figure out what's going on around you. Or
And you also have
every
to know the
single
best way to get into a situation like that.
yeah.
Like because you don't want to be shitty or rude to anyone when you're waiting on them, but sometimes you're like, how do I put my defenses up if it's a teenager, especially because they're gonna like they're gonna say shitty things.
Well, and they think
They're
it's
gonna
funny, and you don't get it, and then you're a fucking idiot, and they're like, "Oh, wait, dude, I still see kids that like I'm like I don't want to go near them because I'm like, oh, those are the cool kids, and I don't know how to talk to them, so I can't fucking do that.
I know
So
what you mean.
I
I
wasn't
know
I
what you
wasn't one of
mean,
those,
dude.
so I just settled in there and like, don't be defined by your traumas and whatever through life, and don't hold that stuff on your shoulders forever. But I still see fucking kids that I if I see a kid that I think is cool, I'm like, I'm gonna let you be cool way over there. Just fucking be cool.
Yeah.
I can't be cool around you. I can't mix it up because you're gonna say shit. Then I'm gonna go, what's that? I'm 34, and they'll go, oh, what the fuck? Because
Yep.
yeah, I would never hang out with a 34-year-old. But that really does, like we were talking about earlier, it's the same exact thing of just you're already doing it, which is great. You find something that you're like, oh, well, that's not a great way to be thinking about something, and I understand why I'm thinking that way. Like my brain is built to figure shit out. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure shit out, and I'm taking data points because that's all this thing is. It's just a processor. And so you're just taking all the data points, and you can decide which data points to just dismiss nowadays, which is nice because we have like a lot more self-control and awareness as adults, especially thoughtful, so more sober adults.
Hmm.
It's really fun playing that game with myself of just like
Yeah, definitely.
finding the things to just get
You
rid of
know,
and go see if this works.
mhm. Oh, no, I agree. And now when I go into those situations, I look for behavioral red flags from any table before I start really judging anyone. And
Oh, for sure.
that's the best way to do it. And if they just I posted online, I had a guy not tip me last night, and he like yelled at me. It was so stupid. All they did was order drinks, and then they ordered a bowl of soup, and he like took one bite and like shoved it to the front of the table. And I'm like, how is everything? And he goes, lobster bisque tastes like paste. And I'm like, cool. Do you want me to take it off for you? And he's like, and then I was like, yeah, I took it off. And then I apologized a couple of times, and it's not my fault. And his daughter was like super embarrassed.
Yep.
And it was just I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, that's a huge red flag. So I just started ignoring them. I was like, nope. I was like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna, prioritize them at all when
You
he
should have
fucking
asked what
screams at me like
what
that.
kind of paste.
Yeah, yeah. Elmer?
Have you had paste?
Yeah. Like you eating a lot of glue there, buddy?
All right.
That's like,
This tastes like paste. That's
yeah,
funny.
he like yelled it. It was fucking weird. He ordered a Budweiser. I should have known from the start. Fucking rednecks, man. They're not good people.
Russians can be rednecks.
Always bad.
Always bad.
Always bad.
I mean,
Always
there's a
bad.
fun redneck that you can watch a redneck be fun, but when that redneck gets home, they're no fun. They're they have a very dark life, and they
Honestly, the only thing I ever want to see rednecks do anymore, and this sounds bad, is set themselves on fire.
it's really funny. It's so funny.
It's so good. I just want every redneck to just start a YouTube channel playing with fire, and I will subscribe to all of yours, and just keep playing with fire until it catches.
Yeah. Oh man. Until it catches. Yeah. Awesome. Well, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here.
Jesus. On the we might be racist.
Hey, if rednecks start identifying as a race, then that's the one time that I will start being racist. But
Yeah.
it might become a different thing. It might not be called racist then. It'll be called, well, then fuck you guys. You might as well be Nazis, you idiots. But yeah.
At a certain point, you can't separate it.
Yeah, it does. It does. The Confederate flag is the like blending of the two things coming together. There's the colors and the shapes, and they're like, yeah, we like all that. Cool, neat. We like our symbolism.
Yep.
All right. Well, this has been. Thank you everybody for joining us here on Must Be Nice. We will see you next week, right here with Zane Thomas. Hell yeah. See you, Kyle.
All right.